In the last video, I ended with a promise. Build the product Bible in 5 minutes. Watch it carry an entire project. And this is that build. Blank document on screen, narrated line by line. So I would open the document, and by the end you will have a template you can fill in for your own product before this lecture is over. So section 1 is the product. Okay, so I write my schedule, a WordPress plugin that manages weekly shift schedules for a single team. Workers submit their preferences for the upcoming week during a fixed Friday window. The system enforces shift quotes and a priority algorithm that rewards modest second shift requests over greedy ones. 3 sentences. The platform, WordPress plugin, the cadence, weekly, the window, Friday, the core rule, priority based on modesty versus greed. This isn't marketing, it's the minimum facts that stops the AI from guessing. Section 2 is users. This is where the most context blocks die. People write users want to use the product. That's not a context, that's a placeholder. I write 2 personas, each one in 2 lines. Administrator, 1 per profile, managers, worker accounts, sets quotas, sees the final weekly schedule. Cannot edit the schedule after the Friday lock. And cameraman, up to 30 per profile, submits shift preferences during the Friday window. Sees all colleagues' schedules, cannot edit anything after the lock. So 2 roles, different permissions. The cannot edit after the lock rule shows up in both. So I write it once here instead of repeating it in every prompt. Okay, section 3 is constraints. Hard limits, things that don't bend. Maximum 30 workers per profile. First shift minimum, 11 workers. Second shift maximum, 4 workers. Both quotas configurable by the administrator. Submission window, Friday 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. Central European Time. No archiving. Weekly data is wiped after the cycle ends. No email or push notification in version 1. Interface in Serbian language. 6 lines. Watch the last one. Without Serbian, the AI writes generic English stories. With it, the AI starts using a radnik for worker and matches the team's actual language. 1 line in the Bible. Every story downstream changes. Section 4 is definition of ready. I copy this from the team's working agreement. Your version goes here. User story in as a I want so that format. 4 to 7 testable acceptance criteria in given when then format. Dependencies listed, assumptions flagged for stakeholder confirmation, right? And then risk identified, estimable by the team in story points. Okay, this is the gate that step 4 of Craft framework validates against. Without it, here the invest check runs against generic best practices instead of your team's actual standard. Section 5, Team Conventions. Acceptance criteria are written from the user's perspective, not the system's. Story title begins with the user role in parentheses. For example, manage worker account, administrator, where Serbian term have direct in-product equivalent, prefer the Serbian word. Small stylistic choice, they are what make stories like the team wrote them. That's the product Bible. 5 sections, about 250 words. You will reuse this more than any prompt in this course. Now, here is the part most people miss. This is not documentation, it's a control system. Every line removes 1 degree of AI freedom. You are not describing your product to the AI, you are constraining what is allowed to invent. Okay? So let me show you what that constraint looks like in practice. Same stakeholder requests. Workers should be able to choose between first shift, second shift, or a day off. I run it twice. First, with no context. Then with the product Bible. Without context, the AI writes, as a user, I want to select my shift so that I can manage my work schedule. Acceptance criteria would be user can select shift type, system saves the selection, user receives confirmation. That's a template, not a story. It could apply to any scheduling app on the planet. Receives confirmation hallucinates a notification feature, the exact feature, my context blocked excluded. User tells me nothing. And the acceptance criteria doesn't reference the Friday window, the quotes, or the priority logic. But with the product Bible, the AI writes, as a cameraman, I want to submit my preferences for the next week during the Friday input window so that I get my preferred shifts based on the team's priority rules. The acceptance criterion references the 8 to 12 window explicitly. The mentioned quota enforcement, the flag priority calculation as dependency, the story uses cameraman instead of user. The notification doesn't appear because the Bible excluded it. Same AI, same request, 5 minutes of context turned a template into a story that fits the actual product. And I will use the same Bible for every story in this case study, every prompt in the next 4 lectures, and the entire downloadable case study pack. 5 minutes of work, 40-something story of leverage. So pause this video, open a blank document, write the 5 sections for your own product. Don't optimize the wording, don't make it pretty, just get the facts down. You will edit it once a quarter for the rest of the time you work on this product. In the next lecture, I will take Vladimir's actual messy phone call, paste it raw into AI alongside this product Bible, and watch what happens. 47 clarifying questions come back. Most of them neither Vladimir nor I had thought to ask. That's where the real value of this framework starts to show. I'll see you there.